Welcome to the Untrapped podcast, where we're motivated and inspired about success, small business, and personal development. And now, Keith Kalfas.
So I just want to say my favorite type of people to do landscaping work for are the elderly. The elderly customers are so smart and wise, and I'm going to tell you this quick story. So I gave this guy a quote, and he was probably about 80 years old. And he comes out of the front porch, and you could tell he's 80, right? And he's walking like he's 80. And I didn't sell him the job. I said, yes. I basically took his order and said, yeah, we'll install these bushes. We'll rip out these bushes, X, Y, Z. We got you. We'll be here on the 27th. But he looked in my eyes for a moment, because when he was talking, this is bro, listen to this. When a customer is talking to you, look right in their eyes and shut off your ego and just listen to what they're saying. And they'll pick up on your presence. And then sometimes they might let their guard down, and they'll bestow upon you a gift of wisdom. And this is what I love about elderly clients. So this old man looks at me, and he looks me right in my eyes, and he says, I used to, I had a sailboat, and I did this, and I used to do racing, and I used to build things. And he talked about all the things that he did in his life, probably when he was my age and beyond. And then when he looked at me, he cracked a smile like this, like he still got it, bro. And in his eyes, when he smiled, I saw a vision that even though he was 80 now, he's still that badass. He always will be, and nobody can take that away from him. And just my presence and looking in his eyes, acknowledging that, he knew that I knew that he knew that I knew. And it was a moment of honor, and it was a moment of showing great respect. We're on a landscaping job right now, finishing up, and I just want to make this video for you. And so you get this blessing of being able to be around wise people who have years of wisdom beyond you. They've lived lives and they still are. But just because somebody is 80 and they might walk slower, they have back pain, right? And they're not running and jumping, doesn't mean that they're not highly intelligent people. They're actually they're intelligent. They're actually more wise, and they should be treated with great honor and respect. And so that's my favorite type of people to do landscaping for, is what we call the elderly, is because you can learn so much from these people. One landscaping customer we're doing a job for, who's super happy, this elderly woman, I noticed that there's little moments where people who are let's say they're people in their 40s and 50s, they're high stress, they got a lot going on, they've got $800,000 house, they've got all these appointments. So the tiniest little thing can create stress for them because they're perfectionists, right? Well,
if you are looking for the greatest software ever to run your business on, go to getjobber.com/Keith. You can create proposals, invoices, collect payments, and track your entire business directly on the Jobber smartphone app. If you want to get a totally free trial of Jobber right now, open your browser, getjobber.com/Keith. And after the trial, if you decide to sign up with Keith's link, you'll automatically get 20% off your first 6 months. So what are you waiting for? Go to getjobber.com/Keith.
With some of these elderly clients, like an elderly lady we're doing work for, I noticed that when the temptation comes for her to create stress, she just lets it roll off and laughs. And you can see the light in her eyes that she's been there and done that, and it's not worth it to get stressed about things. So she's very practical and pragmatic when making decisions, and she can move forward fluidly and effortlessly without creating unnecessary egoic, chaotic stress. So when I, as the landscaper, observe that, it makes me, because you never mistake somebody's kindness for weakness ever. And never because somebody is kind to you or nice, or maybe they're a little more flexible. What's the word? You know what that word is. Lenient with you does not mean that they don't have very high standards, and it doesn't mean that they're not highly intelligent with that they're not crossing every T and dotting every I and paying attention to everything that they're doing. So if somebody is extra nice and even lenient with me, we already do a great job, but that makes me like really be a perfectionist, because they're the type of people you don't want to fall out of their good graces, right? You just want to do the best job as you possibly can, because you want to say hi to them. And when you leave, you want to get the positive 5-star review, but you also want to show them honor, and so they never forget you, and you never forget them. And that's that quality of presence and showing respect. And I'm finding this more and more and more. And I kind of like want to make a whole podcast about this. The time we're in right now, there's a generation of elderly people that came from World War II and post-World War II era, and people that are in like their late 60s to 90s right now, that, given time, this generation won't be around anymore. And the thing I love about the generation of elderly people is such a blessing with my landscaping business, is that these people have a cadence and they have a gift in their personality that they're really good at small talk, right? And I noticed, like, you might see my little dog in my videos, my little Yorkie. I brought my little Yorkie to the local Chinese restaurant. I've been going my whole life here where I live in Michigan to grab some carryout. And I just brought my Yorkie with me. She wanted to come with me. And as soon as I walk in, the restaurant was packed. All these elderly people looked at my dog and they were like, "Oh, what, is that a Yorkie? Is it a he or a she? How old is she? Oh, I have one at home too. Oh, they're just darling." And then the next table, like the restaurant became a conversation just because I had a Yorkie and I was laughing and talking back and forth while I was waiting for my food, and it became an entire thing. That's what I love about the elderly people, right? That's normal. That's good. And they know each other and they talk and socialize. And so
let me tell you something most service business owners never realize. You're spending money on Google Ads, Facebook, maybe SEO, maybe yard signs or flyers, but you have no idea which marketing is actually making your phone ring. That's where CallRail comes in. CallRail is call tracking software that shows you exactly which marketing source generated each phone call. So instead of guessing where your leads came from, you actually know. And when you know what's working, you can double down on it and grow your business faster. If you want to try it, go to keithkalfas.com/callrail. That's keithkalfas.com/CALLRAIL.
when you get a customer that's an elderly person, show them respect, be present with them, take an extra minute if they walk slow. Don't ever rush them, and really soak up that experience from a place of gratitude and just awe, because there's going to be a time where those type of people won't be around anymore. And it's going to be something in our country that's going to be deeply missed. And I feel sorry for the generation that's not going to get to experience these people, because they have something beautiful. They've really harnessed and captured something about the essence of communication that it's not going to be around much longer. So when you get the opportunity to be in the presence of somebody like that, really remember it and soak it up in your brain and your emotions, and be grateful for it, even if it takes a few extra minutes, because they don't make them like that no more. They don't make them like this. So let me know in the comments and share this video with anybody that you think this can create value for, because this is a really important topic. All right, I'm going to get back to work. I got to create some invoices and proposals and wrap up this landscape job, and much love. Hey, I hope you liked the show. And if you like the Untrapped podcast and you get value from it, can you please take a minute and go over to Spotify and leave it a well-worded positive 5-star review? It helps boost the rankings on Spotify so the show can get to more people. Therefore, these messages can get out to more people and inspire more people, so then they can go out and start their small businesses and crush it and get to the next level. It's a huge deal. All right, I'll see you in the next show.